I've been watching this show called Terrace House lately. Just like seeing all these ambitious people live together in a house and how they interact with one another, but also like how they support one another. I don't know, just like it's really inspiring to watch people who have specific goals and are like actively reaching for those goals and not just like saying like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this eventually at some point in my life. Like they're actually like going after these things. And I don't know, I wish I lived in that sort of situation where I could be supported by other people, because like living at home with my parents is really great, like financially, but to be honest, like I don't really feel super supported by my parents all the time because, you know, they grew up in like a very different way, and like my mom specifically, it's just like a difference in culture as well. So I don't know, I'm kind of missing like living with other people around my age who are also trying to be ambitious and do new things and explore themselves. And yeah, I'm kind of missing that environment a lot. I'm realizing. Yeah, so I just better if I put my windows up. I just feel like, I don't know, I feel kind of stuck, or maybe just stagnant. And it's really hard to know right now, like whether or not I'm doing the right thing, because, well, first of all, there's no wrong or right way to live. And what's this car doing? There's no wrong or right way to live, but because of like conditioning from like school and how we've been taught, you know, like I think I'm just like going through this transition phase of like getting out of that school mindset, thinking that there's, you know, like a step-by-step guide or step-by-step way of achieving life. Like, yeah, I think I'm still stuck in that mindset that I had when I was in school, and I know that's completely normal and that it's just gonna take time to get out of it. It's just frustrating. And I don't know, I'm feeling kind of restless right now with how my life is, because I have 2 part-time jobs, and you know, it's helping me in my goal of going to the Philippines for a year. So I am working towards a goal right now. It just doesn't feel like I am, which is why I feel kind of like restless about it. I also haven't bought the plane ticket yet to go to the Philippines, so maybe that's also part of the reason why I feel kind of like I'm not actually working towards my goal. I think once I finally like made like a decisive, like that's a decisive decision, you know, like buying a plane ticket, versus just like thinking about buying a plane ticket. So yeah, I'm trying to work on like being more decisive and more action oriented, because I'm definitely the type of person to just, damn, we got a speed racer over here. I'm trying to be more better. I'm trying to be better about taking action and doing things and just trying them out, instead of overthinking about whether or not it's going to be for me, specifically with my career. I think that's the thing I've been struggling with the most is like thinking about what I want to do career-wise versus just like taking action and doing things, trying things out. And it, like, you know, a part of me is very scared of just the whole process of trying to get into a job, like the interview process, the trying to impress and make myself, like sell myself. Like I don't really want to do that during an interview, but that's kind of what you do during an interview, or at least that's what's expected of what you're supposed to do in an interview. And I just like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be fake in any way if I can avoid it. And I think interviews just kind of, for me, I have that expectation that that's how they're supposed to go. But I guess like I was talking to my friends earlier and he was like, yeah, like you should just be yourself in an interview, and you know, if you don't get the job, then maybe that job just wasn't for you. Like, and that makes a lot of sense. That makes so much sense. Like if you know, they can't accept me for who I am, like my authentic self, then I don't want to be there. So yeah, letting go of that expectation, I guess, as well with job hunting. Yeah, I'm trying to just be better at doing things and going for things and making mistakes and like taking bigger risks, dreaming a little bit bigger, dreaming a little bit bigger. Because, you know, I'm young, and if I make a big mistake right now, it's okay. Like well, even if I'm like in my 30s, 40s, like I can still make like a big mistake and reroute my life. Like I mean, there is like a little bit less time to do that. Well, no, I don't know. I feel like you can like change your life at any point in your life. Yeah, so I guess there's nothing for me to lose. The sun is out and it's a little bit chilly, but it feels pretty good. I wonder if everything we do has to mean something. Like me coming to this park, I was thinking about what's my reason for coming here? What have I come here to do? What have I set out to do here? And I feel like I think about how all my actions have to mean something or have to contribute in some way to my productivity. And yeah, I feel like everything I do has to be productive in some way, or else I'm wasting my time, which I know is not correct. I know that like every moment of my life is precious, but yeah, I've been kind of like struggling a lot with like consciously knowing something but not really feeling that way in my body. It's kind of like, I think that's what cognitive dissonance is, right? Like when you do one thing but you think a different way. Like it's not it's not that I want to think that everything I do has to be productive. It's just kind of like out of habit that I think that way. But I don't want to think that way anymore. So trying to drop that expectation. So many things, so many expectations that I feel like I have for myself and my life that I actually don't believe or want to achieve or yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm doing the right things with my life or what the right things are, if there are right things to be doing. I think I'm doing my best in this moment. I'm doing the best that I can with what I know in this moment. And that's all I can do. Yeah. It's just hard to reassure myself when I get doubtful, which, you know, is a normal part of the process of growing and making decisions about my life. But yeah, I guess like growing up, I didn't really take a lot of risks when it came to like trying new, like I didn't really try new things very often when I was growing up, and I wish that that had been something I had done more of, or something that was encouraged of me more while growing up. But you know, I'm doing it now. I'm trying new things now, and I'm trying to understand myself now, and yeah, I think that's enough. I don't know. Right now, it's just the whole not knowing whether or not I'm going in the right direction, if the decisions I'm making are what I actually want to be doing. I think they are. I think the decisions that I've made so far are decisions coming from my intuition and not from a place of parental expectation or societal expectations of me. Like my decision to go to the Philippines, I think, is the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to, and I think it'll bring me a lot of clarity as far as what direction I want to go. You know, like whether or not I actually want to travel and work at the same time, whether or not I want to continue living in the US after I come back from the Philippines, whether or not I stay in the Philippines, which I don't know. I'd really like to stay there, but financially, it's kind of rough out there to make money and live a stable, financially free life. But yeah, like right now, I really want to travel and explore new places and put myself in a lot of uncomfortable situations and grow from that and have a better understanding of myself and of other people and other cultures. And I've also been thinking about possibly becoming a therapist and going back to school to do that. but the whole going back to school part is what I'm kind of hesitant about. If I could do it without going back to school, like just get trained right away, that'd be really awesome. Or, there's other ways to go about helping people heal that isn't just therapy. Therapy is just the only thing I really know about. I mean, there are more holistic ways, I think, of helping people heal that involve both the mind and body. Because I've read from books written by psychologists that traditional psychology and the study of it and how it's applied in therapy is typically very much mind focused, which I could see, because I think Western medicine and Western ways of healing is a lot more the body is separate from the mind, and the spirit is there's no talk of the spirit in Western medicine. So maybe once I'm in the Philippines, I can learn a bit more too about more holistic ways of healing and helping people. I'm also hoping that I'll get to learn more about weaving, because that's also something I'm curious about. I think it's just so beautiful to see woven patterns, and I want to understand, the meanings behind them, because with Filipino textiles, each pattern tells a story. Same thing with tattoos, traditional Filipino tattoos are the same way. And I think it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful part of my culture that I know very little about, but I'm hoping that when I'm there I can talk to some weavers, maybe. We'll see. No, I'm gonna try to talk to some people about weaving and learning how to do that. I'm working 2 part-time jobs right now, and neither of them are really things I see myself staying in career-wise, and I'm thinking maybe I should apply for new jobs, maybe I should start my career and try something, try to go for something in fashion, which is what I studied in school, even though I honestly don't think I'm really into it, the whole working for a big fashion company. I've really enjoyed working for smaller companies where it's more intimate, you actually get to know the people and create relationships outside of work. I don't know. I think I like a smaller knit group of people, working with a smaller knit group of people, or with people that don't prioritize work all the time. I think that's the kind of people I want to be around, if I'm going to be around them a lot, with work and all. But yeah, I'm not sure if I should have, gone for a different job than the ones that I have now. Even though I really enjoy the jobs that I have now and the people that I work with, I feel again, I'm trying to fit in with the expectation that I think people have for me. But yeah, I think what I'm doing right now, like I'm working for a Filipino restaurant, and that's kind of helping me be more exposed to more Filipino, like the language and also the culture. I'm learning more about, you know, food, Filipino food, and I get to eat Filipino food every time I work, which is just insane. Like I love it. I love it so much. I get to take home food too sometimes. And it's just the environment there. I've only started working this job recently, but I can already tell that like I really like the people that I work with. I like the culture. I like the vibe that is going on at the restaurant. And then my other job, which is working at REI, is really great too. And it was the reason why I'm even deciding to go to the Philippines. I don't think I would have made that decision otherwise if I hadn't been around other people who traveled a lot. And I don't know, a lot of my coworkers inspire me to get outside more and to just travel more and be uncomfortable. They inspire me to do that a lot. Like whenever my coworkers will tell me about trips that they've taken or trips that they're planning on taking, I'm just like, wow, like I literally could be doing that too. Why am I not doing that? So yeah, I think both of these jobs that I have right now are exactly the jobs that I need to be having right now, if that makes sense. Like if I were in a corporate position right now, I just like my heart sinks thinking about that, thinking about being in a regular like 9 to 5. I don't know, I just feel like it doesn't fit me, but I also have never tried it, so maybe I just need to try it with the right company, and I'll like it. But yeah, we'll see. I think I'm good where I am right now, and I'm enjoying it. And I have doubt. I have my doubts. I feel doubtful at times, but I'm exactly where I'm meant to be, I think.
It's a video we sent to Audrey, and then her mom completely recreated it. You really have to. And it's real. He's taken full advantage of his muscle control. I think that's what your dad's trying to say.